interesting. We all know what is first aid. Of the first aid, then first aid is the it's what is first aid? First aid is the immediate help, okay, that is given to someone who is injured or suddenly sick, okay, before the professional medical helps arrive, okay. So before you are going to take the patient, okay, to the doctor, so you will give the immediate help, that is known as the first aid. So I hope you understand what is the first aid. Now let's understand the first point. This is the first point. Understand that why the first aid is important. So student, can you answer this? That why the first aid is very important? So first aid is very important, student, because it can save life, okay. So before the you will take the patient to the doctor, suppose if you just try to stop the blood of the patient, okay, by just wrapping a cloth, okay, or a bandage, then you will prevent the blood loss, okay. So this can save the life also. So it can act as a lifesaver from, and it will prevent conditions from getting worse, okay. And if the first aid is given in the right time, then it will help in the faster recovery, okay. So that's why student, the first aid is very important, okay. The third question is, do you know what are the three main goals of first aid? So basically there are three main goals of the first aid, that is the to preserve first aid. Do you know what do you mean by the ABC of the first aid? So there is a ABC, student, okay. In the first aid, the first A stands for airway, okay. So you have to check that is the throat clear, the airway. Then you have to check whether the patient is breathing. B is for the breathing. And the C is the circulation. So if somebody is like falling on the ground, so you have to check whether there is a circulation, is the heart beating, or is there any kind of bleeding. So this is the first ABC of the first aid, okay. So this is very important. I hope most of you know this because this is taught in the school. And the next question is call for help. So do you know, so who should you call for help, okay, if you are, suppose you are a student and you are in the school. So student, do you know who should you call for the help? So first of all, you have to inform your teachers, okay. If you are in the school, then you have to inform your teachers. Then there, in many schools there will be the school nurse, okay. So you have to do that. And if you are in India, then there are some emergencies number like 112, so you can just call the emergency numbers also, okay. Now students, you have to understand, like there are many common school emergencies, okay. So what you should do, so I will tell you one by one. Suppose a student will have a small cut, okay, or they will have the scrap, then what will you do? So this, you know, if there will be a small cut, you have to first of all, you should wash your hand. So if you give the first aid you with the dirty hands, you will make the situation worse, okay. There will be the chance of more infection also. So you have to first of all wash your hand before giving the first aid, okay. So you have to clean the wound with water, okay, obviously with the clean water. And then in case of cuts, you have to stop the blood, okay. So you have to apply a bandage. Okay, students. Okay, the next is what you will do if somebody will have the nosebleed. So you are in the school and a student will have start having a nosebleed. What you will do? So in case of the nosebleed student, you have to make the person sit down. Okay, then you have to lean them forward. Okay, so you have to make the person lean forward and you have to do the nose pinching for 10 seconds. Okay, so this will immediately stop the nose bleeding. Okay, now students, what you will do if somebody will have the sprains. So first the sprains, remember you have to do the rise. Okay, so rise is RICE. So R stand for the rest. You have to apply the ice also. Okay, you have to give the compression also. You can use the hot compression or the cold compression depending upon the situation, and you have to do the elevation of the body part. Okay, so this is the first aid you have to do in case of the sprains. Okay, now what you will do student if somebody will faint. So if somebody will faint students, you have to lay them down, raise their legs, loose their tight clothing, and you have to call for the help. Okay, in that case you can just, it is very important for to call the doctor immediately. Okay, because you don't know what is the reason behind the fainting. Okay, so this is all in this video. So we will, in the next live video we will discuss about the more first aid. Okay, basics. Thank you for watching the stream.